In 1871, when the Sodus Bay Lighthouse opened, North Ontario Street was but a dirt lane that meandered to the bluff overlooking Lake Ontario, then followed the shoreline west. At the bend in the road where it met the lake stood our quaint, beautiful lighthouse that commanded a breathtaking view of both the lake and the bay. Kitchen produce gardens surrounded the building in the early years. Wilfred Lewis, who was the lighthouse keeper from 1905 to 1917, along with his wife Bertha, created beautiful decorative gardens, including an impressive rock garden on the bank going down toward the lake. These lighthouse gardens, whether for food or to delight the eye, needed tending just as the light in the tower did. With the lighthouse being closed for the 2020 season due to the COVID-19 virus, the one thing that still attracts visitors daily to the lighthouse are the gardens, which frame the still wonderful view of the lake and the bay. The beauty of these gardens is due to the constant attention from the Sodus Bay Lighthouse Garden Group and its leader, Sue Williamson. The Sodus Bay Historical Society owes them our eternal gratitude.
My name is Sue Williamson. In the year 2000, I began working in the Lighthouse Gardens with two very dedicated garden leaders, Nan Bloomer and Kay Halligan. They taught me nearly everything I know about gardens. At the time, our enthusiastic group was called the Bloomin' Weed Eaters. A few years later, I agreed to lead the garden group, as I had learned that there was absolutely no place on earth that I would rather garden than here. Each morning, to this day, when I wake up early, I can't wait to go check on the plants and care for them as needed. The sounds of the birds chirping and the waves hitting below the lake bluff restore one's soul. A local garden expert once told me that our gardens are the best maintained volunteer gardens that she had ever seen. What a compliment that was! But yes, we do have high standards. We even have a garden affectionately called the Friendship Garden. It's comprised of all donated plants from our friends of the Lighthouse Gardens. In early April, we begin planning for the season. In the last few years in May, we've been blessed to have corporate volunteers through the United Way Day of Caring. They are led by 4 of our volunteers. They prune, rake, edge, and mulch all of the beds. Toward the latter part of May, a dozen or so local gardeners help to plant our annual plants. This year, with the lighthouse being closed, all of our annual plants were donated by our faithful volunteers. Many hours of volunteer work brings us to the point of finishing the planting. Next, it comes down to ongoing maintenance. We monitor the moisture level of the plants each day. Every Friday, several of our most dedicated workers gather to fine-tune the gardens. We weed, prune, deadhead, and water. In a typical year, we always perfect things for the special brides and grooms who marry in the bridal garden. Every one of our garden volunteers works very hard to keep our grounds looking as great as they can be. But it's not all work. As you can see, our helpers love to visit, share ideas, and be productive, all at the same time. In 2020, this is all accomplished as we social distance in the fresh lake air. So now I invite each and every one of you to come visit our Lighthouse Gardens, as many people have done this season. I hope you enjoy and appreciate them as much as we do. A visitor who has traveled the world once told me that there is no more beautiful sight anywhere on earth. Please come visit and see for yourself.